Welcome back to the channel. My name is Simon. We are continuing on the chassis project that we got going on for our 41 Chevy. You really can't see it because it's becoming kind of a workbench like every other flat surface in this garage. No big deal, we'll deal with it. I did have the maid come over and clean the floor area up here underneath the frame because we got more to do to the chassis, because I'm really hoping by the end of this video, this guy meets that girl and they become one. Fingers crossed is all we can say about that. Who knows if it'll happen, but we're gonna do our damnedest, people. I just realized I forgot my glasses again. Son of a... This chassis is now set up that it'll lay frame with 35-inch tires all the way around. Hell yeah, really happy about that. Got axles as squarish as I can get them. I don't want to super fine tune them yet because we got to blow it all apart, flip the frame over, weld everything up, and make sure everything's top notch before we bolt her back together and stuff her under the car. I'm gonna do it this way. I don't have a lift to lift it up and weld underneath, so that ain't gonna work. So that's just not an option. I don't feel like laying on a creeper with a frame an inch above my face trying to weld it, because that sounds miserable. So the best solution for me is just take it all apart, flip it over, weld her all up, and that's done. I've got 90-ish% of the upside welded. We got the frame rails. I got a good chunk of them welded out. I left up by the airbags because, well, I was nervous I was gonna put a hole in the airbag, so I'm gonna wait until I get it all blown apart, and then we'll get that. The rear end, everything that's welded up from the upside. Oops, I just saw I missed a weld. We'll get it, I'm sure of it. And then hopefully, it should just slide right under the car. Hope my measurements are right. Hopefully everything lines up like it's supposed to. If it not, we'll adjust the body to fit the car chassis now, because we're not cutting it apart anymore. I can tell you that much, even if it's completely out of square. We'll see how she rides. So that's where we are. Let's just start taking it apart. I think I'm just gonna take the front wishbone cross member assembly out as one whole unit, and then we'll get the rear end out somehow. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that yet because that looks tricky. And then we'll get that all going too, but let's just get to work. Get after it. Get her done, Simon. That was tight, because when you weld them, they close up on you. So I had a washer in there spacing it out. So it should go back in. Oh, it's not gonna go back in very easily because, well, all the weight's off of it, but it should go back in there nice and smoothly. But that sounds like a problem for future Simon to deal with. Feels like it needs a bit of an alignment. No, don't turn. This is where I apologize to my neighbors for what I'm about to do. But it's only temporary. It's only gonna sit outside, well, hopefully for a while. Chariots of fire! Uh-oh, uh-oh. I really need to get that steering sorted out at some point. Well, whatever, it's outside. The steering is just not working here. Like, why is that even doing that? All right, that was easy. I promise, neighbors, if you're watching, it's not gonna stay there. Well, I don't know how long it's gonna stay there. Well, this is an unfortunate situation that I forgot about. Yeah, I did that. Yep, I sure did. Make sure you all pay attention to which way your bolts go so you can get them out after you weld things back on. But because I cut this bracket off so many damn times, I wasn't gonna cut it off again to get a bolt out. I'll spend the $6, buy 2 new bolts, and just hack the bolts out, because that's just the way I am. There, Problem solved. Oh, don't worry. We did it to both of them. I'm a pretty talented guy that goes over the top to make sure the screw-ups are very consistent. And there we go, completely stripped. The frame is back down to the bare bones. No axles, no bars, no suspension, no nothing. It's kind of sad to see it in this state because it feels like a step backwards, but it's not. It's absolutely not a step backwards. This is a step out of necessity to finish the job, to put it back together, to finally be done with, well, not done with, but far enough along in the chassis that it can become part of the car, because the rest of the stuff we got to do to it, like transmission mounts and body mounts and motor mounts, all should probably be done with the body, because I don't trust my measuring. So that's where we are with that. We got to get this thing flipped over somehow. She's ready to be flipped. It's like cooking pancakes. When they're ready on one side, you got to flip them over to cook the other side, and that's basically what we're doing here. It is that simple. So we have to figure that out, and by we, I mean me. Yes, this guy right here. So let's just figure out how we can do it. I don't know how this is going to work yet. I don't know how heavy it is. I don't know much of anything yet. So you're just gonna see this in real time where I try and figure out how I'm gonna make all this work and happen. My first initial thought is I think we're gonna want it to make it go this way, that way, this way. I'm gonna rotate it towards the car is my first initial thought. Whether that works or not, well, that's to be determined. I got a block in the center and the rear. That should help with a pivot point. You know, geometry, we've learned some of that doing 4-link work. Yep, we sure have. Let's just see how heavy it is. There's some weight there. There's definitely some weight there. Oh, this is going good. I don't know what I was worried about. That's not gonna work. We're resting on our 4-link mount, hoping I don't bend it. Well, that's not too shabby. Maybe that's good enough. Nope, Simon, we're going all the way. We're going all the way. We're not half-assing it. We're doing the whole thing. This is going way better than I expected. Easy, easy. Oh, yeah. Okay, that didn't work. That didn't work at all. Can we just drag it? Okay, that works. Can we just step over now? I'm asking like you guys have any idea. You're not even here. Oh my God, they got heavy. Oh, nothing to it. And then bam, just like that, our frame is upside down, people. Yes, we can get all our holes filled in now. Got to finish that section there, and then refill these. I'm just gonna plate the insides there so stuff can't get up in the frame. Get all our bottom welds done. I'll probably fish plate these guys right here. Yep, sure will. Get all this stuff welded up and flip that baby back over. I do have steel for finishing off the rear frame. I should get that done too. I should have probably did that before I even flipped it. That would have been the smart thing to do, Simon. Yeah, that really would have been. But we live and we learn and we are where we are. So we're gonna weld everything we possibly can, get it all finished out, flip it over. That little bit, I can do that on the ground. That ain't no thing. We got that. Let's just get the bulk of it done. We got a lot to do. We got whole lot of welding. That's all gotta be welded. Ooh-wee. I'm just gonna stop now. Stop talking because, boy, that's a lot. I'm gonna crank the tunes up. I'm gonna set the time lapse and we're just gonna go to town on this, folks. Just go to town. I'll probably even open the doors and get some ventilation through here and not suck all those fumes down right now. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. Let's get to welding. Where's my welder? It's over here. Oh yeah, look at that. We got a big chunk, a big, large majority of all of our welding on the bottom side of the frame done. We got these plates put back in here now. We filled our cross member slot. Everything's welded back there that needs to be welded as of right now. We're gonna start making gussets and templates, people. Gussets and templates. I feel like this is gonna need a gusset because I feel like there's gonna be side to side motion on that. We're gonna grind these welds down, make some fish plates for those. We got so much grinding ahead of us, so much grinding. It's not necessary, but it's what I want, so I guess it is kind of necessary. We're gonna take and grind all this down, all these welds, all this down, smooth-ish. It won't be perfectly smooth, like manicured and bondoed over and looking like a pro did it. No, 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 no. We're just gonna knock her down and smooth her out the best we can with what we got, so it looks kind of like a formed piece of metal and not welded together pieces. There's no need to do that other than I want to do it, and that's really creates the need to do it because I want to do it. That's how that works. So yeah, airbag mounts are all done, rails are all done, all the joints are all done. It's time for fish plates and gussets. And a crap load of grinding, like a lot of grinding, so much grinding. See if I can get somebody to come do it for me. I can't get anybody to come do it for me, so I'm gonna have to do it. Damn it, that didn't take long. So my plan to make this fish plate is to basically go from here, down, around, and back to here. On both sides, mind you, so top and bottom, and I feel like that should really structurally secure that. Necessary? I don't know. Is it gonna actually do anything? I don't know. Is it gonna add anything to the build at all? I mean, it'll add weight, but hopefully as well as strength, but I don't know. I'm not an engineer, people. I don't know these things. So we're just gonna figure it out. I'm hoping if I can get one pattern figured out, it should work for all of them. So this side, that side, the bottom, the top, everything. That's my hope. I also hope I can just do this with a hammer, you know, the old hammer trick. Hammer time type of stuff going on here. That actually worked relatively well. So we're gonna whip that out, hopefully. I mean, whip this out, not that out. All right. Hopefully. Oh yeah, that looks really good. I like it a lot. Yep, that's gonna work. Will it work on both sides? It'll even work over here. That means I got them pretty close to being the same. God, that's good. It's lucky is what it is, actually, people. So we're gonna make that out of the same thickness as everything else we're making for fish plates, which will be 3/16. 3/16. I thought about putting some fancy design on the end of it. Then I realized this is gonna be literally on the ground when it's not being driven. So literally nobody's gonna see it. Nobody, not a person, not a soul. So I think it's okay not being fancy. I really do like that. That's gonna be a lot of weld coverage all the way through there. Before I go get those cut out that we just designed, those fish plates, yep, we're not doing that yet. I'm gonna design my gussets. I'm gonna build a section to box this in, top and bottom, because I think that could use some structure so it's not so wobbly and wiggly. And I'm also gonna make the fish plates for these corners right now too. The ones on the other end we'll do when the frames flip back up, but these ones I want on before I flip the frame over. So I'm gonna get together, I'm gonna get busy working all that out, and then we'll be able to lay it all out on the plate instead of pulling that plate out, marking it all out, putting the plate away, pulling the plate out, marking it all out, putting the plate away. You know, just, we'll pull the plate out once, we'll mark everything out, we'll cut everything, and everything will be ready to rock and roll, and then we can weld everything all in one shot. That seems like an efficient way to do it to me instead of switching back and forth and going to and fro. All right, we were able to get our first round of templates. Sorry, hang on. Let me get this straight. First round of cuts done for our gussets and fish plates that we needed to make. We got a bunch more to make, so this isn't the end of it. This is just the start of it. They're not all perfect and they're not all identical, but they did pretty good for doing it all freehand. Got them all ground down. I know you can make a template and trace it with the template and make the template smaller so you can oversize it with the drag cup and all that jazz, and it's fine. This is gonna be just fine. I got everything I need to hopefully get the bottom of this frame knocked out. And it looks like it fits pretty darn good. I mean, it's gonna be just fine. It's gonna cover the whole area I want. We're gonna get it welded all the way around it. It's gonna be perfect. We'll see what it looks like when we flip it over on the other side, but even this one's gonna work just fine. It's gonna be just fine. It's gonna be A-okay. Oops, I forgot to weld that. We'll have to make sure we get that. So yeah, now we just gotta buzz these guys in here and we should be A-okay and ready to rock. I'm gonna go ahead and mark that so I get it ground completely because we're a little short on the grinding situation. So we wanna make sure we get that mill scale off of there, I think. All right, you're a little, I'll go get all that ground out and then we're gonna just start buzzing this stuff in. That's what we need to do now, people. Buzzing this stuff in. We are at that stage. Look at that, my camera cord is probably in the shop because it's dragging and hung up because I'm a professional. Look at that, the camera's on one side, the cord goes around the front of the frame. Oh, Simon, what are you doing here? Been out here for 5 minutes this morning and already got things tangled up. It's fine. It's all fine. That is gonna be perfect. All right, like I said from before, I don't know if this is necessary. I don't know if this is actually gonna do anything, but we're just doing our best to make it as goodable as possible. That is on grind. Wow, that was bright. Now I got a blind spot right where I need to see to weld. Perfect. When I made these templates, I said I was gonna put these across here and make them just go straight out to the front of the frame edge here, and that was gonna be all fine and dandy, and that should be gusseted enough. I don't think it's enough. I'm nervous that it's not enough, and I feel like I got a solution for that without redesigning everything, because we don't wanna be doing that. Get my camera here. I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I could be wrong, and it might be unnecessary, but we're gonna probably do it anyways, because nobody's here to tell me any different. We're gonna take our gussets, and we're gonna kick them out a little bit. The front won't be kicked out nearly as far because, well, it's the front of the frame. I ain't got much room there. On the back side here, we got plenty. We'll probably put it at like roughly a 45-degree angle. So it'll help. Well, that didn't stay and they're hot, so I don't wanna pick that up without a glove on. This one isn't matched up for this side, but essentially, oh, that one dropped too. Perfect. We are on a roll. Doing good, doing good. This is going well. But essentially, like that. So it'll have a little angle on it. I don't know if that's even very visible on the camera. I'll get it welded in and you'll see it, but I think that'll help with this pulling and this pushing. Maybe, maybe not. It could be a complete waste of my time, but we're gonna do it anyways because it's my time and I don't know any better. And then that'll all be okie dokie and hunky dory. If I could stop dropping everything, that'd be really handy. Oh, also, I meant to show you, but I forgot. The back side of the frame where this truss hunk of steel comes down, I welded it, but I completely missed this. I welded right below it, so we got to put weld in there too. Because I'm a professional. I know it's hard to believe that I made a mistake, but it happens once every 15 minutes or so. Yeah, I think this is a good idea. Beautiful. I am really getting good at sometimes okayly welding and making it passable. Golly, that looks so good. Don't worry about these. We'll get these cut off of here. They won't be sticking out like that. Unless I forget, and if you see it at a car show, that's why they're still there, because, well, I forgot. Next on the agenda for gussets and fish plates, we got to shift our focus from the front of the frame to the back of the frame. We got to get our little hearts on here. I thought about making them a different shape, but then they kind of came out like a heart, and I'm like, my daughter will probably like that, so we left them like that. But before we do those, we got to get these little guys on here. At least the bottom one. So I got one for the top side and one for the bottom side. This is technically the bottom, but you get the idea. We'll get that guy on there, and then there's one for the other side. We'll get that guy on there. They're only going to be welded on the outside because honestly, I don't know that I can get weld on the inside, so that's that. And there we have it. It's real square looking. My cut apparently is, though freehand, is a little crooked. I wonder how that happened. Weird. It'll be fine. We'll make it work. So we're going to knock those out. Then we'll get the fish plates knocked out. And then honestly, I think we're done with all the fish plates and gussets on the bottom side of the frame. It'll be time to flip it over. Nope, it won't be. We got to do the axles yet. Let's get those knocked out before we do anything. Oh, I got to go pick up steel so we can get the rest of this frame built out because I wanted to come back to about here. If I ever want to put a hitch in, that'll give me an option. It'll give me somewhere to mount the fuel tank maybe. I don't know. Just, I like to have options. So I'll probably get that done too. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just doing. Well, I think those turned out all right, huh? Kind of special and cool. I don't know. They're really not, but they look good. I think they're going to work. If not, well, we'll find out in the future. I did take everybody's advice and use 3/16 plate for my fish plates, and I'm going to carry that throughout the rest of them. We got a bunch more to do, but this is just the start. I will show you I screwed up. I didn't know I screwed up until about 5 minutes ago. That's one of them things you just find when you're working. You're like, oh, crap, I did that. Yep, this guy. Right here, I did that. I was plasma cutting everything out. What I didn't account for, which I thought I had, that I had enough space underneath my frame for the debris to go on the ground. That's why it's all dirty and crappy looking down there, because, you know, it's all the falling from all the plasma cutting with the spicy heat stuff that I was doing. You really want to make sure you are far enough away from your frame if you're going to use your frame as a table, because, well, I was not. So I got to fix that. No big deal, I don't think. I think I'm just going to grind it out, fill it with some weld, grind it smooth. Nobody will ever know. I mean, nobody will ever know. If I hadn't have told you, you wouldn't have known. But yeah, that's my bad. With that though, I think we are done with everything we need to do while this frame is upside down and the script is flipped. That's right, except for we still gotta get that frame section done. Maybe I should go get some steel. Not yet. I am gonna go and get the axles set up, ready to go.
3 hours later.
Would you look at that? I kind of cleaned my garage up, made it less roomy because now we got the axle in a different piece, the front axle's in a different spot, the tires are in the back, the frame's over there. It's tidy but cluttered. It's what we do. I took the time and did some welding and some grinding and trying to smooth some of these frame rails out. Not my fave. Definitely not my fave. It's probably as good as it's gonna get because that hurt my brain. High spot, low spot, high spot, low spot, fill, grind, fill, grind. It looks like it looks. It's gonna be fine. We'll slather some Bondo on it and nobody will ever know. It'll be just hunkadory. I also, what else did I do that I didn't show? I don't know that I did anything else. I think that's all I did. Now we got to get the rear end all squared away here. So I'm going to drop the pan, drop the fluid, make sure there ain't any special little pieces and parts and surprise prizes in there because we don't want that. We want it to all be one whole unit that isn't an issue. Because if not, we got to source a new rear end and redo all our brackets and all this was for naught. So fingers crossed, I probably should have done this step first before all of that. But you know, I am who I am and this is where we are. Oh, I can already smell it. God, I wish I had smell-o-vision. For those of you who have never smelt old used gear lube, hell, new used gear lube. It just has an aroma that you just gotta really stuff up the nostrils to really appreciate. Yeah, yummy. We might need some things to persuade this. This looks glued on very well. Cleaned up my garage a little bit and now I can't find my hammer. Oh, there it is. Found it. There she blows. Oh, that looks really clean. Like I shouldn't have even opened that. That's not even like black and dirty. It looks brand new. No chunky parts came out of there. Yep, that's gears and stuff. That makes me happy. I mean, I wasn't super concerned, but you never know. I don't know the history. Oh, let's get it all bolted back on. We'll get the cover put back on. We'll deal with refilling it later because, well, I'm not ready to do that today. And, future Simon will have to remember to do this before he starts trying to drive this thing. With the rear end showing no obvious issues in the center section, which was amazing and thankful. I'm really thankful on that. It's time to start welding all this up. Get all this welded up, get the front end all welded up, make the rear section of our frame, and we're done. We're not done. We're a long ways from done. We're done with that part. Okay, I think we're doing okay here. The rear end should be done. Should be all welded up and done as far as I'm taking it at this stage of the game anyways. Everything's welded. It's welded inside, outside, upside down, right side up, wherever I can get a weld in. I even capped that old tube off there, so that's all done. We gusseted some things. I put a gusset at the bottom down here just to kind of help that not flex so much. I even gusseted this a little bit, so did the best I could there with what I had for room and area. I suppose if it's a real problem, we'll have to readdress it, but I think it's gonna probably be okay. I don't know. I'm not, I'm not bouncing this thing off of rocks, climbing a hill, off-roading it or nothing. It's just gonna be a street cruiser and maybe some burnouts and shenanigans, but nothing major. So the rear end's done now. The frame on the bottom side is done now. That means all that is left is the front end. And all we gotta do on the front end is just weld up the heim joints and the cross member and stuff like that. Ooh, I better not forget to cut these tabs off. Don't let me forget that, because that will hurt when somebody hits it. So that needs to be gone. Should I cap this? I don't know if I need to cap that. I don't know. We'll think about it. Also, yeah, we got to do the same thing on this end. I'll probably put a round piece on this because it's going to be pretty well visible, and then cut those off and get that all welded up and that welded up and these welded up, and then that's done. That should be pretty quick and easy. But before I can do that, I got to kind of rearrange some things because, well, in typical Simon fashion, I go grab what I need, bring over what I need, use it, drop it. Go grab the next thing I need, bring it over, drop it. I don't put it away and then go back and get it later. I wait till I'm done with the entire part of that project, and then sometimes I clean up. Not all the time, just sometimes. Either way, don't judge. It's fine. So yeah, I'm rambling. I'm gonna clean up and get going on the front end now. Yeah, we're just moving right along, just trucking right along. Not much to learn here. We're just welding up and hoping everything that we did prior to this point is good to go and ready to rock. Otherwise, we're in for a hurting in the future. Just realized I forgot to weld those guys. So that's still got to happen. Other than that, we're all done welding almost with the rest of this. You might have noticed that when I was doing a lot of this welding and finish welding and everything else, you saw me grabbing that grinder and a lot of grinding going on. And that's good, right? Prep your material before you weld on it. The question you may have is, why wasn't that done before I started tacking it all together in the first place? And that is a very valid question, and you definitely deserve the answer to that. So I'm gonna work on that gusset and finish plating those off and welding those up, weld the heim joints. And then I wanna say we're ready to put her back together, but we're not, because I forgot I still gotta rebuild the back of the frame. That's, damn it, not rebuild, original build, because it's never been built before. So the whole getting this all back together and the body on in this video is looking less and less likely, people. Just gotta be real upfront with you. A little less and less likely. Oh crap, I still gotta do all the grinding on the other side of the frame rails yet. I'm really not looking forward to that. But technically I could do that with the body on. I don't need it off to do that because I've already done the underside. I don't know, we'll see, we'll figure it out. We got visitors. It's DX Customs, look at that bad beast. That's his 58 Chevy that he's building for the Ratrod tour. It's his camper. He needs a little tuning help, so he came for a visit. Oh look, my daughter, she's been waiting for him to get here. Hesper and Travis, she's waiting. All right, I better get my computer. I forgot I gotta do tuning.
3 hours later.
All right, we got Travis and DX Customs and his camper all taken care of. Hopefully, fingers crossed. He hasn't called, said he's having problems on the side of the road, so I assume everything's going as per planned. Then I got this knocked out. I added a gusset in there for that pan hard bar. Like I said, the rear end's all squared away. The frame is all done except for that rear section, which I can do when it's flipped over. I'll just have a couple little welds to do on my back. It's kind of the same thing with the cross members. You might think, hey, Simon, you really probably should have another cross member in this area somewhere. And I'm very aware of that. I just don't know how things are going to land and fall in seats and everything else. So I figure that'll go in once the body's on and everything's kind of starting to take shape in there. And we'll jack the car up and I'll lay underneath there and we'll get her not welded in good, but welded in. I'm not very good upside down. I'm better than I was, but still not great. And then, yeah, I think we're at the time now we should start putting it all back together, hopefully. The unfortunate part is time is slipping by. I know we got another year or so left before this build has to be done, but I've got other things between now and then that I need to address with other vehicles, with other things happening, events, weekends. It's just summer's here and it's going to get busy fast. So I'm really trying to make sure I get everything taken care of as far along as I can before this is going to have to take a break while I work on some other stuff. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'm going to start by putting it all back together, though. I think that's just where we start. So happy it all went back together like it was supposed to, like I designed it, like I built it, like it came apart. It all bolted back up. Thank the Lord. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was only a little bit nervous, just a little bit, but you know, that's because I'm me and it's what I do and I don't trust myself. So that's where we are with that. Yeah, so it's kind of just piled back in here because, well, I got to cut that steel up and I was testing wheels against the body and trying to figure some of that out ahead of schedule. And I shouldn't be. I should be focusing on this. But, you know, I'm running out of time today because I got to get things ready because we're taking the cars out tomorrow and we're going for a road trip. So that'll be fun. That's going to probably end it for this video. I did not get the body on, as you may be able to tell. That happens. It just happens. And also, I still forgot to cut those guys off. I don't know. I asked you guys to remind me and you didn't, so I'll have to lay on my back and get those cut off of there. Also, I forgot to weld that. Don't know how I missed it, but I did. So whatever, that's not a big deal. We can get it there. Otherwise, everything else should be welded up. And then, yeah, so what we got left to do, rear section of the frame, make some fish plates, weld some fish plates on, stuff that thing in the car and get some garage space back. Thank God I'm ready for some garage space back. I need some space back. Yeah, that's what I need. And then maybe I'll clean up some of this disaster. Some of this is just parts and stuff sitting around. So I'm like a squirrel. I just squirrel parts away when I see them. And that's what kind of some of that mess is over there. I may not need them yet, but I know I'm going to need them. And I don't really have much room left in my shed because I squirrel a lot of parts away. So I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Basically, I'm so close to having a rolling body and chassis. Wait, body and chassis. So close, people. So freaking close. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I always read them. I appreciate the tips and advice that you guys give. Don't forget to hit that like, and as always, please subscribe. I'm going to go get ready to get stuff going on the car for tomorrow now. Yep, we got to get Ratrod stuff going. Yep, we're going on a drive. I wonder where we're going. I don't know. I'm just going to follow. I'm not going to lead. I've made enough decisions today.